Welcome. Today, we are looking at the Central Bank of Nigeria. This is a key topic in your commerce exams for SS2. Pay close attention. Let us begin. First, let me explain the meaning of a central bank. A central bank is the apex financial institution in a country. It regulates the banking system. It controls the money supply. It issues the national currency. It acts as a banker to the government and to commercial banks. The central bank does not deal directly with the public. It does not offer savings accounts or loans to individuals. It only deals with commercial banks and the government. The central bank is the lender of last resort. If commercial banks have a shortage of funds, they can borrow from the central bank. The central bank also implements the government's monetary policy. Monetary policy is the management of the money supply and interest rates to achieve economic goals. In Nigeria, the central bank is called the Central Bank of Nigeria, or CBN. It was established in 1958 and began operations in 1959. The CBN is headquartered in Abuja. Now let me explain the functions of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The CBN performs several important functions. First, issuing currency. The CBN has the sole right to issue banknotes and coins in Nigeria. It ensures that there is enough currency in circulation. It also replaces old and damaged notes. Second, banker to the government. The CBN keeps the accounts of the federal and state governments. It collects taxes and other revenues on behalf of the government. It makes payments on behalf of the government. It also advises the government on financial matters. Third, banker to commercial banks. Commercial banks keep accounts with the CBN. They deposit their reserves there. They also borrow from the CBN when they need funds. The CBN acts as a clearinghouse for checks between banks. This means it settles the amounts that banks owe each other. Fourth, lender of last resort. If a commercial bank is in trouble, the CBN can lend it money. This prevents the bank from failing. It also prevents a run on other banks. This function is crucial for financial stability. Fifth, regulating the banking system. The CBN licenses new banks. It inspects banks to ensure they are following the rules. It can suspend or revoke the license of a bank that violates the law. It also sets capital requirements. Banks must have a minimum amount of capital. Sixth, controlling the money supply. The CBN uses monetary policy tools to control the amount of money in the economy. It can increase or decrease the money supply to control inflation and promote growth. Seventh, managing foreign exchange. The CBN manages Nigeria's foreign exchange reserves. It buys and sells foreign currencies. It sets the exchange rate policy. It also regulates foreign exchange transactions. Eighth, promoting economic growth. The CBN uses monetary policy to promote economic growth. It lowers interest rates to encourage borrowing and investment. It raises interest rates to control inflation. Ninth, issuing government securities. The CBN sells treasury bills and bonds on behalf of the government. These are used to borrow money from the public. 10th, providing financial advice. The CBN advises the government on economic and financial policies. It also advises commercial banks on best practices. 11th, maintaining price stability. The CBN's primary goal is to keep prices stable. It aims to keep inflation low and predictable. 12th, promoting financial inclusion. The CBN works to ensure that all Nigerians have access to financial services. It promotes mobile banking, microfinance banks, and other initiatives. Now let me explain the monetary policy tools used by the CBN. The CBN uses several tools to control the money supply. The first tool is the cash reserve ratio, or CRR. This is the percentage of deposits that commercial banks must keep with the CBN. If the CBN increases the CRR, banks have less money to lend. This reduces the money supply. If the CBN decreases the CRR, banks have more money to lend. This increases the money supply. The second tool is the liquidity ratio. This is the percentage of deposits that banks must keep in liquid assets. Liquid assets include cash, government securities, and other easily sold assets. The third tool is the monetary policy rate. or MPR. This is the interest rate at which the CBN lends to commercial banks. If the CBN increases the MPR, borrowing becomes more expensive. Banks lend less. The money supply decreases. If the CBN decreases the MPR, borrowing becomes cheaper. Banks lend more. The money supply increases. The fourth tool is open market operations, or OMO. The CBN buys or sells government securities in the open market. When the CBN buys securities, it pays money to the banks. The money supply increases. When the CBN sells securities, it takes money from the banks. The money supply decreases. The fifth tool is moral suasion. The CBN uses persuasion and advice to influence banks. It may ask banks to increase or decrease lending. It may warn them about risky practices. The sixth tool is the discount window. The CBN lends money to banks at the discount rate. Banks can borrow to meet temporary shortages. The seventh tool is the standing lending facility and standing deposit facility. These are windows for banks to borrow from or deposit with the CBN overnight. The eighth tool is foreign exchange intervention. The CBN buys or sells foreign currency to influence the exchange rate. Now, let me explain the role of the CBN in economic development. The CBN plays a crucial role in Nigeria's economic development. First, it maintains price stability. By controlling inflation, the CBN protects the value of the naira. People can save and invest without fear of inflation eroding their money. Second, it promotes financial stability. The CBN prevents bank failures. It ensures that the banking system is safe. This encourages people to save in banks. Third, it facilitates government borrowing. The CBN issues treasury bills and bonds. The government uses this money to build roads, schools, and hospitals. Fourth, it manages foreign exchange. The CBN ensures that businesses can access foreign currency to import goods. It also stabilizes the exchange rate. Fifth, it promotes financial inclusion. The CBN has introduced policies to bring more people into the banking system. Mobile banking, agent banking, and microfinance banks have expanded access to financial services. Sixth, it supports agriculture and small businesses. The CBN has special intervention programs. The Anchor Borrowers Program provides loans to farmers. The Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises Development Fund provides loans to small businesses. Seventh, it combats money laundering and terrorism financing. The CBN enforces rules to prevent illegal financial activities. Eighth, it collects and publishes economic data. The CBN provides information that helps businesses and investors make decisions. Now, let me explain the structure of the CBN. The CBN is governed by a board of directors. The board includes the governor, 4 deputy governors, and other directors. The governor is the chief executive officer. He is appointed by the president. The deputy governors oversee different departments. The CBN has many departments. The Banking Supervision Department regulates commercial banks. The Monetary Policy Department manages monetary policy. The Currency Operations Department issues and manages currency. The Foreign Exchange Department manages foreign exchange reserves. The Financial Markets Department conducts open market operations. The Development Finance Department runs intervention programs. The CBN also has regional offices in major cities across Nigeria. A common exam question asks you to define a central bank and state its functions. Here is a sample answer. A central bank is the apex financial institution that regulates the banking system and controls the money supply. The functions of the Central Bank of Nigeria include issuing currency, acting as banker to the government, acting as banker to commercial banks, acting as lender of last resort, regulating the banking system, controlling the money supply, managing foreign exchange, promoting economic growth, issuing government securities, providing financial advice, maintaining price stability, and promoting financial inclusion. The CBN is the most important financial institution in Nigeria. Another exam question asks you to explain the monetary policy tools used by the CBN. Here is your answer. The monetary policy tools include the cash reserve ratio, liquidity ratio, monetary policy rate, open market operations, moral suasion, discount window, standing lending facility, standing deposit facility, and foreign exchange intervention. The cash reserve ratio is the percentage of deposits banks must keep with the CBN. The monetary policy rate is the interest rate at which the CBN lends to banks. Open market operations involve buying and selling government securities. These tools allow the CBN to control the money supply and influence inflation. Another exam question asks you to discuss the role of the CBN in economic development. Here is your answer. The CBN maintains price stability by controlling inflation. It promotes financial stability by preventing bank failures. It facilitates government borrowing through treasury bills and bonds. It manages foreign exchange to ensure businesses can import goods. It promotes financial inclusion through mobile banking and microfinance banks. It supports agriculture and small businesses through intervention programs like the Anchor Borrowers Program. It combats money laundering. It collects and publishes economic data. These activities support economic growth and development. Let me give you a quick summary. The Central Bank of Nigeria is the apex bank. Its functions include issuing currency, banking for the government and commercial banks, lender of last resort, regulating banks, controlling the money supply, managing foreign exchange, and promoting financial inclusion. Monetary policy tools include the cash reserve ratio, monetary policy rate, and open market operations. The CBN plays a crucial role in economic development by maintaining price stability, supporting agriculture and small businesses, and promoting financial inclusion. This is the final topic for SS2 Commerce. Keep reviewing, keep practicing. See you in the next topic.